Road trip.
Hey everyone. It's the Kenton girls.
Who, as a matter of fact, were born in a small town.
I'm Leah Oback.
I'm Devon Caldwell.
And we're here to talk to you about project-based learning. We saw this cool idea for Carpool Karaoke EDU Edition.
Stopping. Okay, we're good.
And we thought we'd give it a shot to share our thoughts with you and reflect on some education topics while we're on our way to riding the wave.
And Starbucks is great to break up the monotony, but we thought it would be actually pretty fun to reflect on some of our favorite educational topics on our way to riding the wave.
So project-based learning is something that's become really important in both Devon and I's classrooms, and we've kind of been doing it for a long time, even before we realized it was called project-based learning. And then when we finally realized what we were doing, we kind of were able to refine that project-based learning cycle in our classrooms and really guide some quality projects.
I think what's really funny is, as you said, we were doing it before we even knew we were doing it, and we'd even taken the time to like break down all the steps and kind of look at that project-based learning cycle, and until we finally realized, oh, this is what it's actually called.
So there's a few reasons why we really love project-based learning, so we're just going to give you our top 5 today.
Okay.
5 reasons why we think project-based learning is really powerful and really important for teachers to embrace in their classrooms.
I can start. I know my absolute favorite reason. It's got to be engagement, and I don't just mean student engagement, I mean teacher and learner engagement. Nothing gets me more excited about my job, more eager to get to school in the morning than when we're launching or immersed in an amazing project-based learning experience. And my boys and girls are the exact same. That's when they are most focused, most excited about their learning, making important decisions all the time, solving problems, thinking creatively. Think back to that time like you had a challenging class and what like behavior
it
was.
Really transformed my classroom culture and the environment in there by bringing in project-based learning. It gave everyone a purpose and let more kids be engaged with their learning. Number 2 for me would be interdisciplinary learning. I remember when I was in university planning all these unit plans and lesson plans where you were supposed to put together all these subjects and make them kind of fit. So
an integrated thematic unit.
So I'm trying to like read a book that has something to do with science and then do some counting and math in there, and it, you know, we got it all jammed together, but it wasn't very natural.
I think it was really artificial.
Whereas with project-based learning, we often address a number of subject areas, but it's all tied to the project. So that's the tie. There's no forcing.
It's the big picture driving the learning, and sometimes you don't even realize that you're going to be weaving in, say, a numeracy outcome until all of a sudden it just pops up and happens.
So I think that's a really real strength of project-based learning for sure, is that it brings together that interdisciplinary learning.
I think number 3 for me would have to be what is really like the lifeblood of our classroom practice, and that's the collaboration.
Yeah, a lot of the projects that we do, we actually collaborate between our 2 classrooms. So there's 2 teachers, 2 groups of students in 2 different school divisions, often working together through technology like social media, video calling. So collaboration is really key both within our classrooms and beyond our classrooms.
And it's not just the fact that you and I collaborate with each other, or maybe like sometimes we pull in other partner classes. It's the fact that we involve all kinds of different stakeholders. Like for example, when we were learning about polar bears, we definitely involved some experts there. Your class went on a Skype, like virtual field trip, which was pretty amazing. Very often, like if we're learning about like an animal related topic, we'll bring in our local veterinarian. Another time we partnered with Brandon Humane Society. So I get really excited over all the partnerships.
I think the authenticity is big for our younger children, but also as our students get older and need to see more of a purpose to their learning, would be, you know, the learning that we're doing is for a reason. So maybe we need to learn how to read recipes so that we can make muffins to buy school supplies for our partner classroom in Africa. That's a real example from my classroom of why students were motivated to learn. So I like that project-based learning lends itself to that kind of authentic and real world
learning for a purpose. And I think that really segues though probably into the ultimate reason for both of us, and I think it's the making a difference.
Yeah, that's a big thing for me. I think kids should be doing work that has an impact in their community. That can be school community, classroom community, wider town or city or global community, because I think they need to learn that their actions have an impact and the things that they do matter and can make a difference.
Like, I'll never forget the time that my boys and girls did this big project where we were raising money for the Oregon spotted frog and for sick kids, because I had a little boy whose little brother was in the Children's Hospital. And when we Skyped the Children's Hospital Foundation to make our donation at the conclusion of the project, and the woman on the end of the phone said to the kids, well, why did you want to help sick kids? And totally unprompted, one of my little boys put up his hand and he said, we want to help sick kids so they can grow up. And I remember going home that day and thinking, wow, we really made a difference today.
Yeah, and I think kids need to be empowered in that way so that they realize how important it is to be a good citizen and part of a community, and so that they learn their actions have consequences, and those can be both good and bad consequences. That the things that we choose to do with our lives really do matter.
And no matter how little you are or how big you are, you can have that impact. And I think if you can have an impact when you're 4, you can certainly have an even bigger impact when you're 40.
Thanks.
Are we past 5 reasons?
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us for Carpool Karaoke Edu Edition. Signing off,
the Kenton girls, Devon,
Leah.